morning.
Hey, it's Kellie Rasberry with your Showbiz Top 5 for Wednesday. It is March the 31st. Now, while we on Kidd Kraddick in the morning are holding these fabulous Kings of Leon contests right now, we're looking for a trio or a quartet, and the winner is going to be flown to New York, LA, and Chicago to see the Glee live concerts. So you can go to our website, kiddlive.com, to get the details on that. In the meantime, Fox wants to add to the cast of Glee for the next season, so they're holding their own auditions. And really the only requirements besides being uber talented would be that you have to be between the ages of 16 and 26 and not have any sort of recording contract or entertainment contract that would keep you from being the sole property of Fox TV and Glee. Now you have to go to MySpace to audition for this gig, and it is myspace.com/Glee auditions. Easy enough to remember. Now, Dr. Drew, who I love, hosts Celebrity Rehab, Sober House, and doesn't he do the recap for 16 and Pregnant on MTV too? I don't know. But anyway, he says he has a really bad feeling about Lindsay Lohan. He says that, if it's true what people are saying about her addiction to prescription pills, he would really love to meet the person who has a clear conscience prescribing them to her right now. And he thinks she would do really well in, in rehab. He thinks ultimately she's a nice person, just maybe a little off path right now. And he said one thing that worked for Britney Spears would not work in the case of Lindsay Lohan, and that's a conservatorship. Britney's family had to go to court and fight for that because of her mental health issues. And he said there's been no evidence that Lindsay has a mental health problem, just an addiction problem. And while you can do drugs until the day you die without anyone stepping in for a conservatorship, you can do it with Britney Spears and see how well she's done with that. So hopefully it won't come to that point for Lindsay Lohan. Now, a fifth woman is getting ready to come forward and say she also had an affair. Oh, I skipped one, I'm sorry. Back up. Dancing with the Stars. Now, if you have not found out the winner by now, then that's your own fault. I'm not spoiling anything at this point, I don't think. I think the real shocker last night was not only who got eliminated, but who was in the bottom two with that eliminated person. Pam Anderson. She was in the bottom two, and then of course she was also alongside Shannon Doherty, who went home last night. And everybody was thinking it was going to be Kate Gosselin, right? Even Kate thought that herself. Said she walked around all day kind of hearing whispers among the other cast members, felt like she was going to bomb it the whole time she was up there for the countdown last night. She was in the bottom three, but not the bottom two. And again, it was Shannon Doherty who went home. Now, kind of good timing too, because her partner Mark Ballas, he was injured in dress rehearsals on Monday, danced through the pain Monday night. You would have never known it, right? But it was really bad last night. He was feeling the pain, and he was going to be out for like 6 weeks. So his father Corky was going to step in while Mark would continue to do the choreography for the couple. But Shannon said she wouldn't have wanted to continue the show without Mark. Dance with the one who brung you, Shannon. In this case, you're just going to leave with the one who brung you because you're both out. All right, now back to the number 2 story. A fifth woman is about to come forward and say she also had an affair with Jesse James. She's been contacting PR firms and lawyers and trying to get ready to make this big announcement. But at this point, is it even exciting or interesting anymore? I don't know. But we hear also that Sandra Bullock did have suspicions that her husband might have been cheating on her. In fact, a source says they had 4 or 5 huge blow-ups over the issue, and that each time Jesse convinced her he wasn't having an affair, probably because he, did that, fake her out by admitting that he would go to strip clubs. So she accepted that part and then was able to accept the part, well, if he admitted that, he must be telling me the truth about the affairs, which we now know he was a big fat liar because he was having affairs. And now we hear that in the number 1 story that Jesse has checked himself into sex rehab in a facility in Tucson called Sierra Tucson. They treat drug, alcohol, and sex addictions. And the word is that he went to Sandra, begged her, please don't divorce me over this. I will go to the same rehab Tiger Woods went through if you would just stand by my side and support me. And she said no. And some other things I can't repeat here because I'm a lady. Well, sometimes. But anyway, so he's decided, even though she says she's going to divorce me, I'm going to prove to her that I'll do anything. So he checked himself into this other rehab. Tiger didn't go to this one. But it seems like it's just a little too late because Sandra has been humiliated on a worldwide scale, and she is going through with that divorce. And I say, you go, Sandra. I'm Team Sandra on this one. Who isn't? And that is your Showbiz Top 5 for Wednesday.